Okay, I'm going to try my best to explain this in a short amount of time. So we did have an early anatomy scan last week for the babies at 16 weeks, and they're looking great, and they're growing great and healthy and so active. And there are no soft markers on ultrasound for their trisomies. So we have opted out of an amniocentesis, and we're just going to continue to monitor. It's possible that they will still be born with mosaicism, but with mosaicism, it's very complicated because a lot of the genetic tests can't actually pick up the mosaicism. Even in amniocentesis, which is the only test that can, because it's the only test that's testing actual baby cells instead of placental cells, still has some margin for error. So to us, the risk is not worth it. We think everything is looking good enough right now.
Alumni of Bachelor. After losing her son during her pregnancy more than a year ago, Sarah Herron is now expecting twins. Following their most recent IVF procedure, she and her spouse, Dylan Brown, revealed their impending pregnancy. After losing Oliver, she has spoken up a lot to her fans about how she is feeling about getting pregnant again. Right now, she is cautiously optimistic. So, have they chosen any names for the kid yet? Sarah Herron reveals if they have chosen names for the child. Following the death of their son at 24 weeks more than a year ago, Sarah Herron and Dylan Brown are now expecting twin baby girls. She is currently experiencing a healthy pregnancy. This week she was going to New York, so during her downtime, she responded to some fan inquiries. One inquiry is whether they have chosen names for their 2 infant children yet. Dylan has a favorite name, according to Sarah, but she isn't sure what she wants to call him just yet. "But I am not decided on anything," she remarked. "I believe that trauma may be involved. That's the name of my baby, I think to myself, but I just can't see/hear anything. It's challenging." Earlier this year, Sarah said that the loss of Oliver made it more difficult for her to discuss this pregnancy. She didn't feel comfortable discussing her symptoms or any bump updates due of the previous trauma. She is becoming more into it and allowing herself to get a little more enthusiastic as her pregnancy goes on. Are they doing an amniocentesis on her? She was asked by a different fan if she intended to get an amniocentesis for additional testing. Sarah reported that everything looks fantastic based on their early anatomy scan that they received last week. The infants are developing regularly and are lively. They chose not to have amniocentesis after their scan at 16 weeks because everything appears to be in order. The physicians will just keep an eye on things. She continued by saying that mosaicism could still present in the twins at birth. Mosaicism, according to sources found online, is a condition in which an individual have 2 or more genetically distinct sets of cells throughout their body. A illness that may be linked from the cellular level to afflicted tissue, such as the skin, brain, or other organs, may result if those aberrant cells start to outweigh the normal cells. Given that her offspring were mosaic embryos, they may inherit it at birth. Regarding her pregnancy, Sarah is still being forthright and honest with her followers. The public is eager to learn more about her 2 infants. Watch this space for additional developments.